Hi, it's Lori Ballen in Las Vegas. I'm here with another episode of training for KW Command, my methods personally. This is the 365 Days of KW Command video series. So today we're going to look at our KW agent websites. I am really focusing on those of you that have not yet set up your agent site that need to set it up. For those of you that have and you're looking for more advanced features, up above, you're going to see a little eye pop up of the little set of videos that you can also watch. In there, I'm including for you several of these. We have our instant home value estimate. This is an extra page that I added, and I happen to have a subscription service with the software that provides these home valuation tools. So I figured I'd go ahead and put it in there. I'll include a link below to listings to leads where you can get an extended free trial if you want to check that out. So this is not a specific piece from Keller Williams. It's a workaround, if you will. So check out the video on that. And then I also have added the Las Vegas schools. And this is just a basic schools widget, nothing fancy, from thegreatschools.org. So I have a video that shows you how to do that. And then I also have the, the mortgage calculator. And that's also a widget. So those are free tools that you can add. And then I also have the Homekeeper blog. And I've really added these for agents that wanted to have them on their blog. So I wanted to show you how to do that. Okay, so here's the Homekeeper blog. So these are all just done with simple widgets using a little widget that were provided when we set up our agent websites. And then I also have a video that shows you how to add all of these pages to your menu. Okay, so you're going to want to check those out. Now, if you're just getting started, you're going to go down here and click on Consumer. In the Consumer section, we now have landing pages. Landing pages are standalone pages that are not part of your website. They don't have the website menu on the top. They're standalone pages. And then you have your agent site pages. So these are all of the pages that I've built out on my website. And then we have the guide builder, and that is your buying guide and selling guide. Okay, today we're focusing on the agent website. I have other videos for all of the other items. Now, I do want to let you know that after you create a page on your website, you can no longer edit it from this page. What you need to do instead is you're going to go to Designs, and then you're going to go to Agent Site, where you can find all the pages on your website. And I will also let you know that for those of you that have been trying to add these to your menu, like I have up here, but you're running into an issue, what I'm noticing right now, and hopefully they're going to correct this, what I'm noticing right now is if you have too many agent site pages, like I have a whole bunch of demos in here because I've been testing. If you have a whole bunch of these, it's timing out when you go to add a page to your menu. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If I go down here to Consumer, and let's say I want to add one of these custom pages to my website. So I've already built the page. I go over here to Site and App Settings, and then Site Pages on the far right. And then I have a list of pages that I've built for my website. So if I were to go to add a page, and I want to add a page that I've already built, you'll notice that it stops after, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It stopped after 10 pages, and it's not allowing me to browse any further. I even ran into this when I tried to create a new page. So if you're trying to add more than 10 pages in Designs, you're going to have a problem adding them to your menu. Now, that doesn't mean they're not part of your website. They still have a URL. They still function. You just can't put them up there in the menu. So keep that in mind, that you're going to need to sort those in a particular order if you want to be able to add them to the menu. But in the very beginning, you shouldn't have a bunch more than that anyway. I have a bunch because I was doing demos is pretty much my challenge. Okay, so if you're setting up your website for the first time, I'm going to go back to Agent Site Pages. You've actually got a few options here. So if I click on Configure your site or create a new site depending on what you're seeing there. Create a new site or configure your site. If I go to configure, I get this little wizard and it says, what would you like to use? I want to use the new KW agent sites. I have a Playster and want to use Playster sites, or I want to explore other options. So today we're looking at, I want to use the new KW agent site. So you're going to click there and then you're going to go to submit. Now this will open the Kelly Guide for you. You can see the URL to the Kelly Guides up here. So there's one that says like command/Kelly Guide/smart plans, command/Kelly Guide. So you can bookmark this in case you need to come back to it. But there's also other places now where we can edit all of this. So I'm finding that we have multiple areas where we can edit things and access things now. But for those of you just beginning, the Kelly Guide makes this a nice, easy flow. Okay, so you're going to click Get Started. Now you've got this little notice here that's telling you that your agent sites must be compliant. So they need to include your broker DBA logo. They need to include an ownership statement, maybe placed in the website footer, and compliance with the local board, commission, and rules. So basically, Keller Williams websites are not necessarily protecting you with your local requirements. So if your local requirements require you to display your license number prominently, or different size logos or things like that, you have to create that compliance. Okay, so they're stressing that out. Now, if you click here, I'm going to open that in a new tab because I'm not sure if it'll open in a new tab. You're now able to access the logos and branding. So again, you can bookmark these. I'll make sure that they're in the video listed below and on my tutorial guide, print guide as well. But here, what you're able to do is scroll down. You're going to type in your market center number or market center location. So for example, I could just put Las Vegas if I don't know what my market center is. Oh, there I am, market center. So now I can preview the logo that's in there. And I can also, oops, let me go to download. Try that again, 605. Download. And there it'll download in a zip archive. So I'm going to go to that archive. I'm going to open it. We're going to take a look at what's in there. Desktop 605. There we go. So now I have black and white with different backgrounds. I have the colored versions. I've got, so this is really the best way to do it, is to download the zip file rather than just save the one default logo. Okay. Now, once you have that, you're able to upload that into Designs, and then you'll never have to go back and pull it again. Okay. Now, so we've got that. So you're going to click Acknowledge and Continue. You've got your logo. Okay. Now we're going to go down the right-hand side. First thing is your subdomain. Your subdomain is, bottom line, these websites are owned by KW. You do not own the domain or the subdomain. You don't own it. You don't have any rights to it other than the rights to use it as a KW agent. It's in their terms, and basically what this is saying is if you make the decision to leave Keller Williams, this subdomain, so in my case, ballenvegas.kw.com, goes back to KW, and they then have the right to assign that to another agent. So in my case, I am not marketing or branding this. Look up top here, ballenvegas.kw.com. Instead, what I've done is I've gone to GoDaddy. I've registered ballengrouphomes.com, which is what I had for my market leader or Playster or whatever. And then I forward it to this subdomain. That way, if I ever were to make a change, I could take my domain with me and forward it to another platform. Okay. So that's a Lori Ballen marketing coach 101 tip for you. That's just my personal opinion. You know, when I was at my previous brokerage, I never thought I was going to go anywhere. Never. And something changed very rapidly. And then I wound up moving to Keller Williams. And of course, I had to leave my website and all of that behind. And so I've learned since then that while we don't necessarily plan to make any moves, situations can change, sometimes even out of our control, and it's better to have, retain our own domain names that we own. So I've got another video on how to do that, to go to GoDaddy, register the domain, and forward it. So I'll make sure to put that here for you as well. Okay, that's going to be probably more videos than I can put in the little cards, so I'll put a little list below in the description. So you can put up to 30 characters, no spaces, no special characters. And by default, when you first log in here, you're probably going to see your name, something already filled in there. If it's acceptable, just click confirm and off you go. If you don't like it, you're going to want to play around with this, and it will let you know if somebody already has that domain or not. Okay. So my suggestion is that you pick a domain that you like, that's acceptable, that you can live with, but you're not going to market that one anyway. So it's not that big of a deal what that actual subdomain is, because you're going to go register your own. Okay. Now, why do you want to go set up your KW website? Well, let me tell you why. Because KW is already ranking for our names, our locations, areas. I pulled up my SEO report the other day and was absolutely blown away by what they're ranking for already with these new KW websites, which means if somebody Googles your name, there's a very good likelihood that it's actually going to pull up the KW website. Okay. Now let me show you what happens. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to show you. So I'm going to go to my favorite SEO tool here, and I'm going to type in kw.com. And then I scroll down here and I open the view full report. So they have 76,653 keywords they're ranking for in the top 100 spots of Google. Okay. And obviously here's this massive onset here. Okay. So I was kind of scrolling down, looking at all the different things that they were ranking for. And I found things like, all right, Keller Williams, New Jersey, no big deal. But when you click on the page to open it, we're seeing just a generic branded KW website. Okay, this would be similar to like a realtor.com or Zillow or any of those home search places. It's just a generic. Well, I also found agents' names on there, and it's landing on the same type of a page because they never set up their website. They didn't put any of their branding, so it's actually just kind of going to a looks like a very blank page. I'm not going to show whose names those are, but so it's in your interest to at the very least go in and set up your branding so that when somebody lands there, if they are finding you or your listing or your location and it's your website, there's actually branding on there. So by branding, if you look at my website, what I'm talking about here is this is branded to me. It's got my information. It's got my phone number. It's got my logos. It's got my picture down here. It's got my contact info. If you go to the about page or contact page, it's got me. So if you don't go in there and set up any of that, you're going to have, at least right now, unless they change something, it's going to be just a generic page. And what's worse is on agents sites that have a directory of agents, it's just a grayed out face. It's one of those just grayed out silhouettes. So at the very least, go through and do this. And if you also are at the point where you say, you know what, I am not a tech person. This is not what I signed up for. I'm just an agent. My brothers, Jeff and Paul, have a brand called Command Leads, commandleads.com. It's a division of their marketing company, Ballen Brands. They can build out these websites for you, including all the custom pages, the about page, the team page, your help with your team setup, whatever you need. So reach out to them if you decide this is overwhelming. My job is to teach. My job, I don't have a job with Keller Williams, but my what I like to do is teach you how to use things. And then my brothers are here to build and service it if you don't want to learn how to do it and you just want somebody to do it for you. Nice little combination. All right, once you've set up your URL here, go down to the marketing profile information. Anywhere you see a red asterisk, that's required. That's not optional. Something has to go in that field. So in this case, we have first name, we have last name, we have the market center brokerage, the address of the brokerage, team or business name, your professional job title, your email, your phone number, And that should not, I believe that should not have any dashes or special characters. Mobile number, your biography, and this is really going to show up way too long in some areas. This marketing profile that we're setting up is actually now going to be used in your designs, postcards, all kinds of things, but you're going to have the option to reduce the size of all of that in certain locations. They didn't suggest how many characters, so I really wasn't sure where it was all going to be used, but I did notice that it's just way too much content in some places. So I edit those where I need to edit it. Then you have your agent license number. You have your compliance and legal footer. So in this particular case, in Las Vegas, where my real estate team is, we are required to display our license number and the market center address. So I have all of that in there to be in compliance. So you want to make sure that you put that in there, anything you're required to put. Market center brokerage number, market center brokerage office number. I included a privacy policy. This is not something that KW required. This is whatever you want to put in your footer. Now, I'm a little concerned about things like ADA compliance and GDPR and all of those things that we're supposed to put that, if our website is tracking cookies, we're supposed to put a disclaimer if, those types of things. So I'm working, trying to figure out how to make myself compliant with all that stuff using a brokerage provided website. So at the very least, I have my privacy policy on there. You can also upload legal footer images that would be have any kind of requirements. I've got my profile picture, and that's actually an old picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload, and I'm going to do Lori profile. You'll see exactly now how we upload a picture. Nope, wrong one. 2020 images. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. Nope, I want the one that has no background. Lori, no background. There. Open it. And I have videos that show you how to remove the background from a picture if you want to have a picture with no background. I've got videos on that as well. So for now, I'm going to set that image. Okay. Then I have the brokerage logo, although that looks to be the wrong one. So I'm going to pull one from here. So you have black and white. I don't want black and white. We'll do colored, and I'll do that one. Open. Perfect. Set image. Much better. Here, if you have a team logo, you can load that. Okay. And then next you have all of your social links. So Facebook, Twitter, you can put in LinkedIn if you have one. You can put in Instagram if you have one. You can put in a YouTube if you have one. Okay. And then we have the KW app. Once you have this all filled in the way you want it, and you can edit it later, of course, go ahead and click Save and Continue. We'll go to the next page. From here, now on this page, you can choose a red theme or the dark theme. So you have the red or you have the black and white if you want to go with the black. And then your home page text is what goes over your search bar. Okay, so mine says Shop Las Vegas Real Estate. So whatever you want to put there, Shop Las Vegas Homes, whatever. That's that spot for that. Then you're going to upload the hero image, and that is, let me show you on my page what that looks like. Oops, wrong website. Hold on. Okay, so see this? So this is your hero image. So this is your hero text. This is your hero image or your homepage text. Their suggestion is to upload a 1200 by 1200, and you can upload up to 5 images, so they will rotate. Okay, so if you want to go into KW Designs and create an image that you can use up here, that's fine. If you have a platform like Canva, then you could just go to create a design and then custom dimensions, 1200 by 1200, create design. And then what I did is I went in here to photos and typed something in like Vegas and dragged it in. And then I went and used that. And then it gives you the option to crop it. So, you know, I used like from right there to right there or whatever that was. Let me take a look. See, you can see I cropped a little bit off the sky, a little bit off the bottom to get that to fit correctly. So some of that takes a little bit of playing with to make sure that it's the way you want it, okay? So 1200 by 1200, you can load up to 5 image and it'll function like a rotating slider. I don't need it to rotate. People aren't usually sitting there long enough for it to even rotate, so I don't get fancy with mine. So then we're going to click Save and Continue, and we'll go to the next page here. Okay, so now customize your site's content. If I click here, I can see the navigation, and that is drag and droppable just on these 3 pages. It's not giving us any more pages here. So you're going to be able to change these and edit these after the fact, and I'll show you where to do that, okay? So for right now, we are doing the About Us page, okay? So this is the About Us page. So if the person wants to learn more about us, this is where they're going to access this page. The search, you have a page title, so company profile. So let's take a look at this here. We'll go to the About Us. Let's do About Us. I think I took that out of my menu. I did. I took it out of my menu. Okay, so let's see. About Us. Let me just double check. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and complete this for now. Okay, so your company profile. So I already have an About Me page that I built, so I don't need both on mine, and you're able to edit that after the fact, but let's just say I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Up here, I could put something like About Lori Ballen Team or About Keller Williams. So the way they actually set this up originally is you have like a about the team, about me, and about the company. And it felt very redundant to me, so I didn't want all of those pages in mine. But let's just say you want to put About Keller Williams, okay, About Us. Now, the SEO description, in there when you hover over it, it says, search engines show the SEO description in search results. Optimizing the description is a very important aspect, as search engines will match keywords used in a consumer search with this description. Now, that explanation is absolutely correct. However, agents are interpreting it different. There's some sort of old school belief that if you stuff this SEO description full of keywords, that you'll rank better. This is not in order to help you rank. Let me show you where it shows up. If somebody were to go to Google and just type in Keller Williams, and let's say they're typing in Keller Williams Las Vegas, they're finding me or whatever. See these results? These are called snippets, these little results. And snippets consist of the URL, the page title, and about a tweet-sized description of what that person is going to see when they click through that URL. It's a preview, a call to action, a short description of what that website is about or what that web page is about. It is not for stuffing in a bunch of keywords, and it really has very, very little to do with getting your page to rank specifically. Although having a target keyword in the meta description that is also in the title and also in the first paragraph and also in the keywords, yada, yada, are still kind of some best practices we follow. But a single keyword, not a meta description stuffed full of that. So when they say SEO description, this is the meta description, is what we call it in SEO, okay? So here I would put something like Keller Williams is a well-known real estate brokerage, and Lori, well, maybe I'll just put Lori Ballen Team is proud to be with Keller Williams Realty Las Vegas. Summerlin, something like that. Okay. Now, this is usually about 160 characters. You could go over to Twitter and put in whatever you're putting in here, like in a tweet. And if it cuts off, you've got too much here. There's also plenty of software where you could it counts the words as you type them in. You could use a new blog post on WordPress and count it. It doesn't matter. But it's going to cut it off. So for me, I keep those very short. Okay. Next, you have your content. So if you look here, this is what your page is going to look like. These are not fancy by any means, these pages. And that is by design, because Keller Williams is really trying to keep all of the websites kind of unified for the consumer experience. So here, intro paragraph. Now remember, if this page here is about the company, you could put in here anything you want about Keller Williams, and that they are on the leading edge of technology, and Keller Williams agents are skilled and trained and technology driven, whatever, tech enabled and whatnot. So you could literally, like, each one of this one could be tech enabled. See where I'm typing? Tech enabled. And then this would be a description about being tech enabled, yada, yada, right? And that you can put lots of characters in. And then you can replace that image. You can either keep what they have here, or you can go replace that image. These could be images of you. They could be images of your team. They could be images of Gary Keller. They could be the image of the new app if you want, okay? So the suggestion is 360 by 360. So again, if you're familiar with designs and want to use designs, you can. Otherwise, me being a Canva fanatic, I'm going to go back in here. This is easier for me, and I'm going to do 360 by 360, create design. And then maybe I want to put something like real estate app. I'm going to go browse photos and do real estate app. Or it could be a picture of me holding the app. It could be whatever. So let's just say I'm going to use that one. Then I could go to download. And it's already 360 by 360. So I know it's already, in lines with what they want. I'll put this on my desktop so I can find it. I'm going to save this as a keyword, Lori Ballen's Las Vegas KW app. Just another SEO best practice. And then I'm going to upload it so I can show you guys how to do each block correctly. Set image. See there? And it loads in real time. So headline is this. Description is this. Image is this. Then you do the same thing with the next one. And then your footer is where you can put another call to action of any kind. Now later I show you in the advanced features how you can put some HTML in these blocks to actually add a video or different things like that, a calculator, a widget. That's what a lot of these things we're using workarounds for. But here, a footer headline, I could put Lori Ballen team. So maybe everything else is about KW, but at the bottom, I want to put a little Lori Ballen team call to action. And right here, I'm going to write a little description about why choose Lori Ballen team, and that would be my footer. Okay. Now, once you've got that all done, you can click continue. If you don't want to build this page at all, then you can do skip. Most of these pages work very similarly in those types of layouts. And you can add pages with those layouts later as well if you want other pages. Okay, so here's my About Me. They've added a gray background there to that circle, it looks like. And then, so you can change this. This is the About Me. So remember, I said I didn't need an About Us and an About Me, but you might if you want to. So again, here, About Me, I can change the title and I could call this Lori Ballen. And then your title could be whatever you want. I'm going to put Realtor. And then the bio. Okay, so here's that bio again. Now in here, this little iframe I have here isn't working on this preview, but it is working. Let me see. Let's go to the About Me so you can see what this page is. Okay, see that little widget there? That needs to be updated because that's the December one. In fact, let's do that. No, not on this page. So this little video here is something I added in. It's a workaround. It's not something that KW naturally gave us to do. So in this preview, I can see the iframe code that I'm using there. I'll show you where I put that. Okay, so this doesn't really look like the published version. But in your case, if you're not getting fancy, all you're doing, oh, there, I can change it there. All you're doing is putting this here. But if you notice, I did a workaround and I added a YouTube widget down here. You can add any YouTube video that you want down there. Okay, so let's go get the, let's see, where do we get those codes? This month in real estate KW. January 2020, I want March. We're in April, but I think their last one would have been March. Let me check. I don't think we would have April yet. Okay, so March. Okay, so here's what I do.
Welcome.
I'm going to click share, and I'm going to grab this YouTube URL. Actually, you can just click share. We'll grab the embed code. Grab the embed code. Then we copy that code, and that is what I have down here at the bottom. See that? Now, as a oops, hold on. Oh, it's not letting me paste it in here. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay, so I have to do that in designs, it looks like. It's not letting me put in the code here anymore. Okay, so I can just, for right now, just edit out of there. And I don't think it's also allowing for spaces. Okay, so this particular, I think what's happening here is they've limited the number of characters, even though it doesn't tell us there's a limited number. I think if I try to paste more here, we'll see that it cuts it all off. Yeah, it's not letting me paste anything else there. Okay, so we'll just leave our quick bio here on this page for now. Contact Lori, then we have our phone number, and then we have our email. If you have nothing to change on this page, then you don't need to change anything. If you don't want to build this page, you can click skip. If you do want to build it, you can click continue. Okay, and then the next page by default they give us is the contact us page. Now again, you can see here I have gibberish in mine. It's code. But over here, I have, what page was that? That is contact us. Contact us. Okay, so that little gibberish opens my offer for them to search for homes. So again, I'm using some advanced workarounds that would not be something you would naturally need to do. So if you want those kind of advanced features, then follow my other videos or talk to Jeff and Paul about how to get those in. But in your case, you would probably just have your basic SEO description, contact us, your contact URL, and then your content would just be this. Lori Ballen provides real estate services, right? And that's what shows up here in this message box. See that? This is actually intro paragraph. This is the intro paragraph. And then message hint is right here. What we want in that message hint is contact us. We'd love to consult with you about your Las Vegas, Henderson, or North Las Vegas real estate needs. So that's what they would read here, so they know what to put in the form. But it could also be a message hint. Please tell us how we can help you today. It's a message hint. Like, what do we want them to type into that box? That's the most appropriate use of that box. And then phone number is right here, and then email is right there. Then click save and continue if everything's as you want it. I can also teach you how to put a video in that box using the code. Okay, That is pretty much all you needed to do to set up your basic branding on your website. Now here you can read the frequently asked questions about your websites, and here you can go to site settings. So let's go look at that really quick. Manage sites. Okay, from here you can see your agent site pages. You can configure that site again, so that will reopen your Kelly guide for you right there, like we did to begin with. Now you can also click on the three dots to any of the right of those pages, and you can delete them if you wanted to delete them. And then if you want to edit any of your pages, you're going to go down here to designs. And then basically what we do is we will find that contact us page or that about page or that company profile up here. And I'll show you where that is. So once you open designs, you have all of the designs that you've already created are going to appear here. I'm going to reload that, see if we can get it to reload. Okay, there we go. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. So what I would do is I would scroll down here and say, okay, these are my designs. Now up top, these are loading. They're going to load in a second. These are filters. Those filters basically just change the display screen to only include items that were created inside one particular type of design. Okay, come on, baby. There we go. So I don't know if you just noticed, if you ever have that problem, just reload a couple times, refresh your screen, and we'll get there. Okay, so these would be all the email templates I've created, all the landing pages I've created, all the social posts I've created, all the print posts I've created, agent site, and video. So these are filters that'll just change the display to only show the things that we have created in that section. Okay, now once you can also just go up here to search, and we want to find that, let's just say our contact us page we want to edit. Okay, so without even needing the filters, I can just go up here. There it is. Click on the three dots or click on the page itself to open. Oh my goodness, they must be doing updates. I'm going to try this one more time. Okay, if I can't get into it, it's no big deal. What you'll find is when you upload, when you click on it, it just opens the page, and then you're able to go in and edit those designs. So I actually do also have another video on editing those pages and on editing your menus. Okay, so basically all of those pages are editable. The URLs are editable. One suggestion I want to give you before you go, don't ever change the URL slug. The slug is the name that comes after the slash. If you edit that, you break the page. That URL no longer exists. And if that was showing up on a search engine, they're not going to get a broken 404 page, which is the oops, this page was lost. We don't want that. So don't change those URLs after the fact once they have been uploaded. But you can change everything else that's on the page itself. Just don't ever change that slug where it says the page URL. Don't ever change that, okay? So go ahead and click through on the other videos if you want to see the advanced features. Call Jeff and Paul at Command Leads, a division of Ballen Brands. They can help you with all of your KW needs. They added a suite of smart plans that you can purchase based on the smart plans that I have built for my team inside of KW Command. So make sure you talk to them about those bundles. All right. I also have a coaching program at yourcommandcoaching.com. I'm Lori Ballen in Las Vegas for your real estate referrals. Thanks for joining me.